Hi everyone, it's Chi again, back to share more healing messages from my heart to yours. Let's tune in today and take some deep breaths together. Connecting to the heart, our portal to the soul, to divine energy, is in the heart. And as we connect and breathe deeply into the heart, we begin to slow down our minds and calm our bodies and relax. And we become more receptive to divine guidance, inspiration, and we begin to sense our own life force energy moving and expressing through our breath, through our bodies, projecting out, creating our experience and our world in our physical reality. But it all comes from consciousness. It all comes from energy. And as a human race on Earth, in this time and space, we are awakening to our potential, to our greater, more expanded nature as divine, fully complete humans. We are an expression of our Creator, Source, God, the universe, energy, all that is. Your I Am presence created you and your entire experience and everything within it. You see, there is no objective reality out there. Everything happens within consciousness. Everything is happening within your mind, within my mind, within our one collective mind, which is one mind, okay? Expressing as over 7 billion personalities. All of us expressing as beautiful egos in our little fish bowls, right? Going about our daily activities, okay? Growing up, right? Going to school, working your jobs, right? Getting involved in relationships, okay? Raising children, right? Okay. Helping your community, okay? And just co-creating your entire reality together, okay? On Earth, here and now. Yes, and part of creating is understanding that you need dark and light, okay? You need good and bad. You need challenges and difficulties so you can transcend them and heal and reach for more, okay? Reach higher and higher, okay? Towards greater and greater expansion and expression of who you really are, okay? You're not here to stay in the fishbowl self forever, okay? I know you want to, and I certainly do, as an ego. We don't want the growth, okay? This is by design, okay? Ego wants to stay in the fishbowl where ego feels it's safe, right? Because deep down, ego knows that it's an outpicturing, a creation, a collection of thoughts, feelings, mental constructs, okay, projections. This is how we experience our reality. We create ego, we create stories, we create, okay, our whole personality, right? Okay, so learn to love your creation, learn to love what you created, okay? Even if you've miscreated subconsciously and oops, caused cancer in your body, okay? Because subconsciously at the time, you know, you were being affected by the fear-based 3D toxic mentality and lifestyle of 3D Earth that oftentimes will suck you in and pull you down, okay? Downward spiral, okay? But we go down these downward spirals, okay, to develop contrast so that we can hit rock bottom and spiral back up again, right? Yeah? It's like Rocky Balboa, okay? You know? You can't keep a good human down, okay? Because we are inherently divine, okay? We are eternal and powerful, right? Pretending to be helpless little fish in a fishbowl. And then we come in and we rescue ourselves. And we become the hero and heroines of our own realities, right? It's really quite fun. It's very empowering. And a whole new way to look at the world. A different perspective, a higher perspective. It's seeing the forest through the trees, right? Yes, you are that tree, okay? But you're the forest also, right? Yeah. And to nourish and give your tree what it needs to grow and reach the heights that it's inherently in the potential of your DNA, right? To reach the potential to become this miraculous energy being, okay, that can heal and become whole and express true, unconditional love, okay, and generosity and compassion towards others. Okay? That is what we are inside. Anything that is not that is just an ego invention. Okay? Because ego doesn't know. Ego wants to stay trapped in the fishbowl because it's afraid, right? It knows it's been created subconsciously in order for us to experience 3D physical life, feeling limited and separated from others and our source, right? All by design, all so we can come to discover ourselves over and over again, right? So Source is playing this game with itself of hide and seek, rediscovering itself through each individual incarnation, each individual person, life unfolding, okay, over and over again, endlessly. That with each incarnation, you're going to achieve higher and higher states of consciousness. And whatever you achieve in your lifetime is stored in your energy field, which is forever. Okay? You never lose anything, right? So sometimes it feels like your physical world is falling apart and things seem to be, quote unquote, taken from you. It's only because the ego doesn't have the big picture, right? Sometimes there changes happen to us that turn our lives upside down so that we can become more new and different. Okay? With every challenge that comes by, you become new and different because you start being present to the moment and then making choices from your calm, heart-centered perspective, right? And then you open up to a new experience, a new perspective of that present moment, right? A new way of seeing it without judging it, right? Running away from it, suppressing it, right? You move into it and experience it as the gift that it really is, right? So today's message is to explore your own consciousness and to explore how to conduct your own healing, right? And healing and consciousness go hand in hand, right? Healing is the process of exploring your own consciousness, putting together all those little pieces that start to coalesce into a unified whole, right? So you can be more complete, so you can love yourself more fully and more completely, right? Knowing that you've created everything in your experience, even all of your personality issues, right? Okay, right? Because underneath all these personality issues and belief structures is this beautiful divine human being ready, right, to transform and birth and express through you, right? And so your job is to observe and tune in and allow the transformation to unfold in the present moment without judging. That's really what it is. This is a process of just letting go, right? Letting go. And why does it have to take cancer to get me to let go? Because my fishbowl ego self will not let go any other way, right? That's why sometimes it feels like, from the perspective of ego, it's getting pushed around, it's getting victimized, right? Because it's so resistant to growth, right? This is the nature of your ego, right? It's opposing forces, right? Right? Dark and light integrating together, but you are orchestrating. You are the conductor. You are source energy. Your consciousness, your heartfelt intentions will move energy. It does move energy. You cannot help it, okay? It's just that you might be unconsciously moving energy that is polluted with negative, lesser truths that are limiting and hurting and actually getting in the way of you fully healing, of fully being in a state of pure love and joy, right? So healing is really about diving deep and allowing the personality, the fishbowl ego self, through the breath to unravel slowly in the moment, okay, right? It's a process. It's a very finely tuned, very, very intelligent process that you don't need, you, the ego, don't need to control, right? But you, right, the one that is experiencing yourself as ego, the one that is experiencing life and breath and air and experiencing a body, this greater part of you, it knows, right, that all is well, right? And sometimes it takes cancer, and then sometimes it takes secondary lymphedema to get me off the buffet lines, get me off the blackjack table, right, with my food addiction, my gambling addiction, all my addictions, right? You know, ego tends to be very compulsive, right? You know, when it likes control, and it gets into these little gyrations, you know, and it just wants to keep repeating the patterns, right? Because they feel familiar, they feel comforting to ego, right? Okay, right? And that's why sometimes you gotta, you know, the higher self, the real you, right, creates more dramatic contrasts so that ego literally freaks the hell out and has to let go, because it just knows it's powerless to truly make the changes, right? Ego doesn't have the creative divine energy. You do. The real you has the power, okay? The real you lives in your heart. The real you, okay, is hiding under layers and layers of limiting programming, right? Okay. I talk a lot about 3D and 5D, right? These are states of consciousness, but also states of expression, right? Right. Not both are part of creation, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just like a toddler, right, is part of a developing human. The ego is part of a developing divine being, okay? So the ego is like a dormant seed, okay? It needs a lot of love for it to bloom and let go, right? And transform into the beautiful, magnificent, divine human being that we are here to express and to be, right? So, self-love is the tool. Breath and self-love are the tools to align head and heart and tuning in. Every moment that you feel out of alignment, right? You realign and you allow healing to occur. It's that easy. It really is, right? You've got nothing to prove to other people. It's you and you, right? Your relationship with you. You can do this, right? Yeah. See, life does not have to be about wallowing in self-pity and judgment, okay? And not liking yourself. No, that does not have to be your life. Make a choice now to love yourself, right? And together we heal cancer, which is just dis-ease in the body. It's just your body giving you a very, very clear message that you got to stop, let go, love yourself. Let the world take care of itself. You are not here to fix your world. You're not even here to fix you, okay? You're here to express your divine potential of being love in action, okay? That's the name of my blog, From 3D to 5D, Love in Action, right? So 5D is a state of consciousness of unity, connection to source energy, and to all that is, into your I am presence, right? And we become whole and complete divine humans. We stand on our own, right? We don't need an external source, an authority beyond us. We are our own authority. We are sovereign within ourselves, okay? As long as I'm not out there trying to judge you and control you and project my own insecurities onto you, if I stop doing that, I become a divine human, right? It starts within, okay? You can never access your true power by judging other people. It doesn't work that way, right? Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So it has to come from a different perspective that cannot be the ego's perspective of separation and limitation, right? You have to come from your true self, your heart without the baggage, right? So move into the heart. If fear comes up, resistance come up, that's awesome, because that's your chance to allow, love, embrace, right? Observe, be with it, right? Just be with it, right? Because the dark in you just wants you to recognize that it needs love and to give it that love. Ho'oponopono, right? I'm sorry I've neglected you. Please forgive me for being asleep at the wheel. Thank you for giving me this clear message, okay, that I need to wake up. And I love you, right? The 4 vibrational messages, right? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Okay? Right? Use that on yourself to heal yourself. Right? And I will, since I've gone a little further on the path, I will hold space. Okay? I will hold space to allow you, okay, to be you. To be truly a divine human. Right? Because I allow myself to be me. And in doing that, I naturally love you. Right? So as I heal me and love me, I naturally love you. Right? So that's why it's always important to love yourself first. Number 1 rule. Number 1, love yourself first. Then you will naturally leave other people alone and you'll stop judging them because you're loving yourself and you're not judging yourself, right? Okay? The inner and the outer are connected, always connected, okay? Your outer experience is always going to be a reflection of your inner landscape, okay? Yes, there is a time delay here in 3D where your inner landscape, okay, can take time to fully reflect and infiltrate and influence your outer reality, okay? Because divine energy is creation energy that trickles down through the material universe and lower in vibration and density until it reaches the most physical and dense part, which is the 3D, which is what you see before you, right? So there is this time delay, and that is by design, so that as we learn to co-create with God, that we do it with intention and repetition, right? Like, do it like you really mean it, right? So this time delay is kind of like, it's mercy, right? Because we are just learning to control our thoughts and emotions, right? And so we're like little toddlers trying to walk, right? And we're not quite good at it, right? You know, I'm not doing ballet twirls yet. You know, I'm just a toddler or co-creator, just waking up like you are, trying to figure out how to co-create in the most loving way that's not going to hurt me or hurt my environment and hurt other people. And so that's why I'm in this physical 3D lower density realm to learn these things, you know, and transcend the limitations that I have placed on myself, right? So I can get better and better at co-creating, right? And then I raise my vibration into a higher state of consciousness, what we call 5D, right? Here, the vibration is very, very, very fine. Like I said, just very, very beautiful, very light and blissful. Not polluted with the densities and the fear structures of 3D that we find on Earth, right? And so at the 5D level, you know, and I oscillate between 3D and 5D, again, by design. This is all part of the process. And my current state of consciousness allows me to oscillate between 5D and 3D to allow me to use the 5D energies to affect my 3D world with this time delay, right? So my 5D energies are working right now at a 5D level, invisible to our 3D senses, right? To improve my 3D reality, right? Heal my body, heal my world, heal my relationships, you know, bring more prosperity into my life, you know, regenerate my cells in my body, all of that, right? And so that's all happening at the divine energy level, the 5D level, right? And higher, right? And trickling down into the lower vibrating 3D level, okay, right? And so I'm sitting here and feeling really good because the 5D level, you're going to feel it inside, right, first, and then it'll manifest out, right? So I'm feeling really good, and that's why I'm always saying I'm healed, I feel awesome, because it's true, right? And then through this vibrational imprinting, right, which is the natural flow of the universe, right, my 3D reality will, over time, start changing and morphing and reflecting what it is I am generating from within, right? So you are your own generator of creative energy, your own nuclear power plant, I suppose, that is creating energy, attracting. This energy is electromagnetic energy, so it's magnetic, right? It's invisible, it's magnetic, but if you're an energy being, and we all are, and you do this work, right, and you tune in and you start moving your awareness to the 5D level, then you'll start experiencing the energies in very real, visceral ways, right? Energy is actually a lot more tangible than you think, right? You just got to use more than your 5 senses, right? You know, you've got to use your 6th sense, you know, your energy senses, right? Which is coming alive, activating in all of us. You don't have to do anything. It's evolution, people. We're evolving. Photonic light, 5D energies are everywhere, okay? And I'm going to reference at the bottom of this YouTube video Christina Lopes. She's another starseed that has moved along further in her journey, and she's like 4 years into her YouTube channel. So she's got 55,000 subscribers, not quite as much as Aaron Doughty. Aaron's got like 660-something thousand subscribers. So his starseed work is very mainstream, very focused on the younger crowd, the millennials, and the manifestations, right? Because the millennials love manifesting in physical reality, right? You know, I'm like, you know, an indigo starseed, so I'm over 50, turning 51. And so I'm focusing more on, you know, like dealing with later stage